Hello my beautiful buds. Welcome back to my channel, Sprouts with Joy. My name is Joy, and if you like to talk about plants, you're in the right place. So, I'm currently drinking orange juice, which, to be honest, I should be drinking tea because it's like 10 p.m. So, tea would be a lot more cozy and appropriate for the evening, but to be honest, I was more so in the mood for orange juice, so orange juice it is. Yeah, this video might be a little bit more raw, unfiltered perhaps. First of all, because, you know, it's late and I'm tired, but also, to be completely honest, I've had kind of a rough day. I'm feeling very overwhelmed because of some things that came up today, but I am determined to film. I'm determined to do plant things because I have been planning on filming this evening like all week. I've been looking forward to it all week, and you know what? I'm not gonna let being overwhelmed stop me because this is one of the things that really brings me joy. Caring for plants and like making YouTube videos. I love those things, and I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna let some overwhelm get in the way of me like actually doing some things that I really enjoy and will probably make me feel better. Like I already am starting to feel a little bit better, but I don't know for sure like how chatty I'm going to be in this video. Who knows? Maybe I'll be super chatty because I need to like let off some steam, or maybe I'll just be quiet and it'll be a chill vibes video. Who knows? But regardless, I just wanted to bring you into this, and I just have some things that need to get done plant-wise. I have no idea how much of it will get done, but yeah, we'll just do it. Let's start off by watering a couple of plants that need it. Alright, now that we're done watering those few plants, honestly, I think I might have some repotting to do, which I feel like I've been doing a lot of repotting recently, but it's just where we're at right now. I have some propagations. So my philodendron painted lady and my variegated philodendron heteroecium. Oh, and my Nan pothos, I think badly needs repot. So yeah, maybe I'll get those done. Yeah, I don't know. we'll see what happens. Okay. We're going to pray that my son doesn't wake up because he was in the swing, chilling out, and I turned off the swing so that you wouldn't hear the annoying clicking noise right next to you in your ears, you know? But alas. Actually, I might change the angle because it looks like you might be able to get a little bit more of the mat if I lower it. Okay, hopefully that's not too bad. But yeah, we're going to start off with a simple one right now. This is my neon pothos, which I feel like it's never really done that great for me. Like, I'm just gonna pull off some dead leaves right now. Like, I don't know why it hasn't. I feel like it's perpetually thirsty. Like, it's definitely my thirstiest pothos. It's like every few days it gets thirsty again. So I'm thinking it's either like severely root bound or it has always had like rotten roots, basically, or like a horrible root system, and so like its roots are rotting and it just can't uptake moisture. So I don't know. I've definitely underwatered it, so we'll have to see. I did get it from Home Depot originally. Sometimes big box store plants, hello Al, my cat just jumped up. Sometimes big box store plants are hit or miss, so we're just gonna see what we're gonna get right now. Yeah, it looks like this one is a hot miss. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Immediately I see rotted roots, so not a good sign. It could be because the roots were always kind of rotted. It could be because I underwatered it. I certainly have not overwatered it. Oh my gosh. And it always perks back up. Hang on, my husband's calling me. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Are you feeling a lot of bad emotions?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling better now that I'm filming and taking care of my plants because that's what happens when I do that. But
are you filming like right now?
Yeah. I mean, you can be in the video if you want.
Like right now? Right now?
Yeah.
I would have changed. All right. Well, I will see you in 29 minutes. All right, love you.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so, sorry about that detour. So I was untangling these roots. There's definitely a lot of roots in here that were dead, but there's still like quite a few roots on this system, which like, I'm just taking away some of the rotted ones so that some healthier roots can grow back in. You know, there's a decent number of roots, although it's kind of laughable. So I was sort of anticipating this being like totally root bound. Like either totally root bound or rotted, which sadly it's the latter. But the pot I had planned for this is this big plastic pot. I'm gonna say no to that. Although I don't want to put it back in the terracotta because I actually think that it was drying out really quickly in the terracotta, which might be part of the reason that it rotted, because there was a number of times that this guy like completely wilted on me and he was bone dry, and I just neglected to water him. And unlike most pothos that like live when that happens, which I feel like pothos tend to be more drought tolerant, but this guy has been very sensitive to being too dry. And I think the terracotta doesn't help with that. So I want to put him in plastic. One option, I could use the plastic, like this plastic, although I feel like that's almost not enough room for him, because this is my painted lady and I'm gonna up pot this that's just in sphagnum moss, but it's in a clear plastic pot with holes. So let me go to the basement and see what I have to work with. I might just have to put it in a nursery pot, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. Okay, it looks like this will be a good option. So it's plastic, but it's maybe slightly smaller than the pot that I was in because it's shorter. But boy, this does make me appreciative of the fact that I tend to hoard pots. So, you know, I have like all of the nursery pots still, and I have like a decent number of other random pots that I've collected over the years. Although I did recently go through my pots and get rid of some of them. Like I just gave them to Goodwill because I knew that I was never going to use them. They were particularly like random cash pose that like I had bought pots in and I didn't particularly like them and they didn't match my aesthetic or whatever, because I mean, sometimes I hate that that kind of matters to me, but it definitely does. I like things to match a certain aesthetic. And I don't always, like, my home does not always meet that ideal by any means, which sometimes kind of annoys me, to be honest, but yeah. Hello, sir. Are you stirring? Hopefully my husband gets back home soon so that he can tend to the baby so I can finish filming this video. He's sleeping right now, but he might wake up any minute to eat. And while I delight in the ability to feed my son, sometimes I also want to film things, you know, and have a life beyond my children. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know, sometimes there's like a lot of mom guilt that goes around where it's like your kids have to be all of your life. But I think it's important to like maintain your humanity apart from being a mom, even though, I mean, I feel like being a mom is one really cool reflection of being a human. Like it's one way to be a human that's like, it's really awesome that we can be parents and stuff like that. But, and I think there's a lot of dignity to motherhood, but also, I don't want my entire identity to be wrapped up around my kids because I don't know that that's necessarily healthy either. So, I don't know. I certainly spend a lot more time taking care of my kids than I do filming, so I'm not really worried about them being neglected. Okay. I feel like this guy is very floppy. I'm just pushing down some of this soil. Kind of get rid of little air pockets that are making this guy a little bit more flimsy, you know? But, hello? My cats, I feel like my cats go crazy when I film. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're like just messing around with like the lighting and stuff that I have. And they're just like, I don't know why I'm standing, because I specifically tried to position the camera so you can see me. I mean, I guess it is kind of easier to get a better angle on the plant while I'm trying to plant it, but I don't even remember what I was talking about. Something about motherhood and then about cats. Yeah, I feel like they just, particularly Alphonse, the tabby that I have, he just gets all freaked out when I film. Like, I feel like he wants me to be paying attention to him instead of filming. Well, not even. Like, he's doing his own thing. I don't even know that it's attention. He just is like, ooh, something weird is happening. What's mom doing? Why is she talking to no one? That's honestly probably why he's freaking out. I don't know. Okay. I mean, it looks very floppy now. I probably should have like potted it lower. But to be honest, like, I want this to be trailing anyways, so if it's a little bit flat, that's fine. Like, I want this to be a trailing plant. It just like hasn't been doing that. It's been just being weird. But it looks like we've got a decent vine maybe starting there. So actually, I like that. That's good. Okay, well, hopefully this guy will be happier in this pot that is slightly smaller and plastic, so he's not drying out all the time. And then this is extra soil. I'm gonna just set aside for now. Okay, which one do I want to do next? I think, okay, I'm gonna do the painted lady. I may or may not put it on a pole for now. I haven't decided yet if I want to like commit to a wooden pole or if I want to just stake it up or whatever. But yeah, this, I think that it, again, it rotted. Story of my life right now. I think that this plant may have rotted or had a pest issue or something, which is why I chopped it all up. But this is like the original mother plant, and she has some growth points that have been activated. So I might just pot this mother plant, which is a sad mother plant. I might pot her up with her propagations, because these have rooted really incredibly. So I don't know. We'll see what we have to work with though, because I think it's gonna need a smaller pot than this situation. I had this on a moss pole too, which is why it's a fairly large pot. So I needed the room for the moss pole. But I'm certain that this root system is very unhappy. Oh yes. Not to mention I also let this one dry out way too often, so I think it's another case of that. Oh my goodness, these roots are so dry. Like, they're still alive, they're just, or at least a lot of them are still alive, they're just so dry. Oh, sorry. And there's some dead ones too, of course. But we are going to revive you, sister. I believe. I mean, she's already started growing more, like new roots from this chunk, in addition to the growth point situation. So, philodendron, man, they are certainly survivors. I'll give them that. So, I mean, these roots, some of them are a little bit brittle and dry, but there's still like quite a few roots that are alive and doing fine here. So I will probably pot her up with the other ones, or should I do it separately? I don't know. I guess I'll decide as I go, and I'll put her somewhere else if I decide to do that, but I don't think I'm going to put her back in this pot. So let's clear the way, shall we? Now, I was thinking I would probably pot her up in here, but if not here, I also have the smaller terracotta pot, or frankly, I might keep her in this plastic pot. It looks like her roots are very, very juicy and happy, so I'm probably gonna, I don't know, we'll evaluate in a second. Because sometimes it can be deceptive. Like, look, that is one whole unit right there. So nice. But it can be deceptive sometimes, so let's see what you've got. I will say this painted lady has been so much happier and easier and like so easy to propagate, but she's been so happy in my humidity prop box situation. Like, she loves that humidity and that light. Like, she went from being a like problem plant for me, which I think is probably because of root rot or other issues that were happening with the plant, like pests or something. But yeah, she was kind of a problem child for a little while, hence why I chopped her up. But now she is just thriving. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I do need to get a better mic, and I have a tendency to mumble, and I'm soft-spoken in general, so like those are not very good combinations when you don't have a great mic and when the camera is farther away. So I'm sorry. I have gotten that complaint a couple of times in the comments, so again, I'm really sorry. Alright, yeah, sis is, I don't know why I keep calling her sis. Like, I'm suddenly picking up on all this Gen Z lingo, which I typically don't really identify with as strongly. I am a cusper, generationally, that's what they call it. I was born in 1998. I don't fully identify with Gen Z, but I also don't fully identify with millennials. But part of that could just be because I'm the youngest in my family. I have a lot of older siblings that are all firmly millennials, so like I grew up in a more millennial household. I don't know. Okay, look at her. She is just popping off with all these roots. I'm so proud. And then I'm still working on this one, but it looks like this one's really well rooted too. There was one more cutting that is in perlite right now, but it was not nearly as well rooted. I think the node maybe wasn't like fully submerged in the perlite for a little while, so I kind of missed out on some of that growth. But I'm hoping she'll catch up, but I'll probably just save her for like a trade or something in the future because I don't think I need all the cuttings in one pot. I don't know. Okay. Yes. Also very, very happy, well rooted. I don't know how well you can see that because of the lighting, but yes, yes, yes. Okay, so with that in mind, I think that she could technically go in this pot, especially with this pole, but I don't know. I think that I do want to keep her in the plastic because honestly, I've been a really big fan of the plastic pots. I just completely blanked out on what they're called. Yeah. And then maybe I'll just stake her up for now, and then once she like grows out of this pot, maybe then I'll commit to a pole, or I'll like chop her up again, or I don't know. I don't know, guys. I am just living life right now, I guess. I feel like I was gonna say something earlier, but I completely forgot. All right, Missy, which direction are you growing? It looks like she's growing this way, so I'll pot her this way. And then if I do add a stake or something, it'll just be over there. Okay, what are you? It looks to be about the same. I could also add her like right up front here. But is that too much? I feel like that's too much. I think I'm gonna keep her separate. This will just be a fresh plant that I'm working with right here. I think I'm gonna keep her separate, see how she does. I do think I wanna pot her up a little bit higher. Okay, guys, for the longest time, like all over the summer, I was not struggling with fungus gnats. But now that winter is here, and also, incidentally, for some reason, I've been like kind of going nuts over my plants, like just doing probably way too much. Like, I feel like I've been a helicopter parent, even though my life is super hectic right now. I started work again a few weeks ago, and for those of you that don't know, I was on maternity leave because I have a newborn, but I started work again a couple weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago as of filming this, but as of the time this video goes up, it might be actually substantially longer than that because I've been trying to film ahead as much as possible, but like still only posting roughly once a week because I want to be on top of things, but yeah, I've been like probably way overworking myself between having my 2 kids and taking care of the house and working, and my husband has also just been working really, really hard, so it's hard for him to try to pick up any slack because he has had to take on a lot of extra responsibilities at work recently. So it has been a lot in this household, but in spite of all of that, I've felt like really motivated to do things with my plants, and so I think I've been really on top of my watering as opposed to underwatering, but I think that has caused the fungus gnats to return. So I need to get a handle on that because they've just been coming back really gradually, but like not too much yet. I've just seen them here and there. So I am hoping and praying that it doesn't get too crazy because they suck. And I haven't had them for several months and it's been glorious. Hi, Alphonse. Do you like the dirt? Meanwhile, my other cat, Ginny, is such an introvert. She's just like off to the side in the corner staring at me like, what the heck are you doing? Who are you talking to? What's your problem? So I've got this little girl here. Oh, she's cute. I'm really excited to see her grow. And I love being able to see the roots. It's very satisfying. I need to find a container for this guy, but I'm going to deal with that after this next plant, I think. So this next plant, oh, I'm so excited to get this potted up. This is my variegated philodendron heteroecium, which was given to me by my lovely planty friend, Finchy, and she has a YouTube video too, and she's been popping off with videos lately. I am very proud of her for that because I know it's not easy to film with 2 children. I feel it. I feel you. He is stirring more, but he's still asleep. Fingers crossed we can actually get this done. But yeah, so she sent me a package before my son was born. I made like an unboxing video of it, and she's so kind. She sent me some planty gifts, and this was one of them. And it's been rooting for quite some time. I'm pretty sure it's ready by now. So I just need to kind of unhand it from all this moss, and then we can get it into a pot, get it growing. I think this plant is really beautiful. And for a while, I didn't totally understand the hype because I was like, well, it looks a lot like a marble queen pothos. But like, I think I really prefer the leaf shape of like philodendron heteroecium varieties. I prefer that to the pothos. I mean, obviously I love pothos. I love epipremnum. I think they're great plants, and I've got a lot of them. But I think ultimately I do prefer this leaf shape, and I think that's generally a fairly popular opinion. My thought process, I guess, was at first I didn't totally get the hype because I was more into pothos when I first started plant collecting. But now that I've cared for both philodendron heteroecium and for pothos, I think I just generally prefer philodendron heteroecium, I think, or like just philodendron in general. I prefer in terms of the way that they are, I guess. I don't know. Although, of course, they're very similar. It's very subtle in the way that it makes you feel, I guess. But just look at how big these leaves are right here. It's so pretty. So I'm very excited. And it's nice to have beautiful plants and like more variety of plants that don't need a ton of attention and a ton of high humidity, because I'm assuming that, I'm just making this assumption that these will be similar care-wise to other philodendron heteroecium varieties. Like I have the Micans, I have the Brazil, I have the regular old green one, except it might need a little bit more light on account of the variegation. And all of those plants have fared very well in ambient humidity and just my normal light that I have in my home. So I am assuming this is the same. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming they'll all be about like that. And like I was trying to say before I got off track, I think it's really fun to have more plants that I can just have out rather than trying to pamper them, trying really hard to keep up their humidity. Sorry, I had to switch out the memory card. So what the heck was I even saying? Oh, I think I was talking about like IKEA greenhouses and stuff. Greenhouse cabinets. Yeah. I don't know. As much as I would love to have a space like that, I mean, it's expensive to have that set up. It's hard to find a place in your home to really fit it. And honestly, like I've had some hesitations. I think technically I could absolutely get a grow tent and grow plants in my basement. I think I do have the space for that. It would just be like more so time and money of setting it up. But I don't feel as motivated to do a grow tent. Maybe slightly more motivation for like an IKEA greenhouse cabinet. Because, or like, maybe not specifically an IKEA one, but just like a cabinet that I have like in my bedroom or something like that. I think I could find the space. It would be in places that like I don't go that often. And I don't know, I like to be with my plants more, you know? Does that make sense? Or am I a bad plant parent because like, is that selfish? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think I think plants is sort of like a symbiotic relationship, taking care of plants, plant parenthood, whatever. Because, like, you know, we're taking care of them, but they also give to us. They give back in how they grow and how we get to enjoy them. So, I don't know. Maybe I would enjoy them just as much if I had, like, a grow tent in the basement. I might. I have no idea. I just haven't done it, so I don't know. But part of me is worried that it would be more of a hassle to, like, go up and down the stairs to take care of them. Like, especially, like, if I were to do it in the attic. Because we have a finished attic, but in my experience, I've had a few plants up there before, and I tend to just neglect those plants. So, yeah. Hello. My husband is home.
Hello.
This is my last plant, and I'll probably...
What happened to all the other ones?
Stop. You are such a dad. Oh my
sorry.
gosh. But if you could help me clean this up when I'm done, that would be amazing. But my husband had been, like, planning on being gone this evening to, like, hang out with buddies. And so I was like, well then, I'm filming.
My oldest friend is in town.
Oh, I guess he is technically your oldest friend. I was like, wait a second. But your oldest friend lives in our neighborhood. But no, you're like other oldest friend.
Yes, he is. Well, because he and I were friends. He has like...
Didn't you go to like preschool
4 or
together?
5 years on Jacob, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys just went, yeah. My husband has so many friends. It's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
It's really good. It's really good. But like, he's one of those rare people that like has so many friendships from throughout his life that he's retained till now, which I don't think is that common. I think there are a lot of people that like don't keep their friends into adulthood and then they don't have as many friends. Like, I feel like that's a pretty common thing that happens. You know, and adulthood's hard. It's hard to keep up with friends too when you all have kids and you're trying to, I don't know, live life and keep up with work and all that stuff. So, oh my gosh, it's so cute! Finchy, look! It's the plant you gave me. Oh, he's beautiful. He's so handsome. I'm so excited for him to like fill out the pot more and like start trailing and oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I feel like I started off on a lot of tangents, but I like didn't complete any thoughts, so sorry. I feel like sleep deprivation with a newborn, I think I've gotten used to it, but it's manifested itself in memory loss. Like, I just can't remember things for my life. I feel like, I know it might be controversial to like poke fun at Joe Biden, our president. Like, I want to respect our president, etc. And I don't like getting political on, I mean, anywhere, to be honest. Politics make me really uncomfortable, but there are a lot of these memes on like the way that Joe Biden speaks or like loses his train of thought. And I'm like, buddy, I feel you. Because I feel the same way when I talk. I feel like I can't think right now. Like, my brain does not work. Which, I don't know. Maybe that's controversial or unkind. But there are memes on it, and all I can say is I relate. Ugh. But again, I mean, I might even just edit that out because I don't like bringing up anything having to do with politics. Don't hate me, please. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, this is the mother painted lady that has some growth points on her. I just went ahead and put her in this little pot because she did not need that giant pot that she was in. That was way too much for her. So this is adequate. And then, yeah, I guess the next step is to water all of these guys, but I don't know, I'm undecided. Do I want to film that too? You guys saw me watering things earlier. I don't know. Clay, should I stop now? Do you want to hang out? I think my husband wants to hang out. Well, what would you want to do?
Party.
Like,
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I honestly kind of want to look at some Black Friday deals. I have not ever bought a single. I have never ever taken advantage of a single Black Friday deal.
Well, that's sad.
I know, and so I'm like, I don't want to just sell my soul to the machine.
But you also like gifts.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, come on, I'm gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad because I feel like I didn't do all that much for this video, but I don't know, maybe it's just I'm gonna
Have you
already
introduced the buds to our kittens?
Sort of.
Have you formally introduced them?
I've mentioned them. I was talking about Al
Here.
a lot while he was crawling all over me while I was trying to film.
Well, my guess is that you probably didn't talk about Ginny because Ginny probably wasn't crawling all over you.
Yeah, Ginny is a little more reserved.
Oh.
Oh, careful, careful.
Baby Gates.
Yep.
This is Ginny. She has 2 bald spots on her head that we thought would fill in while she was a kitten, and they never did.
No. And she has extra toes. She has
Yes,
polydactyly.
You may be able to see on my hand.
They're like little
She
mittens.
has mittens.
Yeah.
Here, I'll set her there. Sometimes she'll just sit.
Yeah. But she's like, I don't like my little feet being dirty. Alphonse,
I'll see if I
meanwhile.
can get her to poke my finger. Ginny. Oh, she's like, look at all the articles.
Oh, my camera's about to die.
Ginny. Oh, she's.
And then this is
She was
Alphonse.
spooked.
He voluntarily came to hang out when he saw
Yeah, he
us
was
talking.
like, I heard you're hanging out. Alphonse is our escape artist. He's bigger than Ginny, but he's younger than Ginny. And he soaks up all the attention that Ginny shirks in her antisocial
Yes. They are polar opposites.
ness, yeah.
Well, anyway. Yeah, they can't see your face.
I want to remain anonymous.
You
No,
have
I'm
been
joking.
on my channel.
Hello. I was just at a basketball game, but I didn't watch any basketball. I went purely for the social kicks.
Yes. Well, anyway, we got a lot done. We got this and this and this all potted up. So now the best part is to clean up. So I'm going to do that off camera so you don't have to sit through that.
And if you want Joy to make a video repotting my plants that I have in my office, comment Clay's plants need love.
I've been putting it off. Yeah, but they're growing nicely.
They are. They are rooted. They are. Today I picked up the plant that sits on my end table to water it, and I got tickled on my fingies because it has roots coming out the bottom.
Which one?
The pothos.
Aw, look at that boy. Yeah, I gave him one of my pothos.
Good old generic. It is green. It is a green.
It has some variegation. It's a golden pothos. It has a little bit. A tiny bit.
Maybe it does. The cactus that sits on my windowsill is like twice as tall.
Really?
Today
I thought it was dead.
as it was like 6 months ago. Like
I'm
it
impressed.
remained like mostly
probably
spherical
It's
for
probably
a long time.
because it was over the summertime. It just exploded over the summer.
But it's more like it's been more in these cold weather months. Like it's so
Maybe
strange
because the
it
sun's
was.
lower?
I don't know why, but it is almost closer to being two circle. Like it was circular and then it was ovular and now it's like has two separate body
I need
masses.
to have more cacti in this house. I've been on a cacti kick. I've been looking at cacti like.
Ginny is the
a lot.
reason you don't have cacti because she tried
That's
to eat.